You hear that? That's the sound of two teams clawing their way through mediocrity, trying to convince the world they're not dead yet. Knicks. Sixers. Wells Fargo Center. Tonight. A story as old as time. Hope, despair, and a spread that's tighter than a pair of leather pants on a hot summer day. Let's talk Knicks first. They've been staggering around like a prizefighter who forgot where the ring is. 5 losses in their last 7, Pistons punked them Monday night. But don't let that fool you. Brunson, Bridges, Towns, they were cooking. 50% shooting, 37 points in one quarter. They had the Pistons on their heels, but then, Then, the third quarter hit, and they folded faster than a bad poker hand. And now. The Sixers. My dear, tragic Sixers. 6 losses in 8 games, a 3-game skid, and last night, they let the Thunder take their lunch money. Sure. Justin Edwards came off the bench, dropped 25, but what did it matter? They teased a comeback in the third, then got steamrolled in the fourth. The Sixers' season right now? It's like a bad movie you keep watching, hoping for a plot twist that never comes. Now, the chatter. Why would the Sixers win? Why would anyone believe in them? History. Baby. 4 of the Knicks' last 6 visits to Wells Fargo ended in tears. And Wednesdays? Oh, Wednesdays in Philly turn the Knicks into a joke no one's laughing at. But here's the rub, the Sixers are limping into this fight. No Embiid, no Maxey, no Paul George. No hope. They're underdogs for a reason. They've lost 15 of their last 16 games in this spot, tired, beaten down, on the second leg of a back-to-back. Meanwhile, the Knicks, they're coming in with swagger. 12 straight wins in the spotlight against Atlantic Division teams with losing records. They've got Brunson steering the ship and enough firepower left to burn through Philly's paper-thin defense. If the Sixers are a house of cards, the Knicks are a hurricane. So here we are. The line is short, the stakes are high. And the Knicks? They're walking into Wells Fargo like they own the joint. And today's AI pick is the New York Knicks to win and cover. Let's face it, the Sixers aren't just bringing a knife to a gunfight, they're bringing a spoon. The Knicks? They've got the bullets, the aim, and the attitude. Philly better hope for a miracle, because tonight, the Wells Fargo Center's about to feel like Gotham City. Now, buckle up. This was just the opener. On to Game 2.
Boston versus Toronto. The Scotiabank Arena lights up tonight, but we both know this isn't a fair fight. It's a gladiator and a jester. The Celtics, a team that's been sharpening their blades, 5 wins in 7 games. A squeaky clean 120-119 win over the Pelicans, and Tatum looking like a man possessed with 38 points. Porzingis cleaning the glass, Jaylen Brown dishing dimes, and an 8-2 fourth quarter run to seal it. Efficient, methodical, lethal. And then, we have the Raptors. Toronto. A team clinging to the edge of a cliff, screaming for help. 16 losses in their last 18. And they think a win against a crumbling Warriors team changes the narrative? Barnes dropped 23, Boucher chipped in 18. But this isn't redemption, it's desperation. A 6-0 run at the end of the game? Call it what you want. I call it a dead cat bounce. So why would anyone, and I mean anyone, put their chips on Toronto? History, that cruel mistress. 7 of their last 8 home games against Boston following a win have gone their way. Boston? They've been slipping as favorites after wins, failing to cover the spread in 11 straight games against Eastern opponents in this spot. The numbers whisper in Toronto's favor, but don't mistake a whisper for a roar. Here's the reality check. The Raptors have lost 18 straight night games against winning Atlantic Division teams. 18. You can almost hear the laughter echoing down from the basketball gods. Meanwhile, the Celtics are a freight train barreling down the tracks. 15 straight wins against Atlantic opponents after a victory. Boston is the storm. Toronto's just the house of cards waiting to collapse. And today's AI pick is Toronto to cover the spread. But let me be clear. This isn't about the Raptors defying expectations. No. They're still the punchline to a cruel joke. It's about Boston, that well-oiled machine, deciding to coast. Toronto will scrape, claw, and hang around just enough to keep it close. The Celtics win, but they'll make you sweat first. The Scotiabank lights will shine bright, but only to spotlight Toronto's slow-motion tragedy. Boston. They'll take their win and walk out like professionals. The Raptors? They'll celebrate like they've won a championship. Because that's the closest they're getting to one. And with that, my friends, on to Game 3.
Houston and Denver, Rockets and Nuggets. Two teams, one court, and a battle for altitude supremacy. Tonight, Ball Arena becomes the proving ground, where the high-flying Rockets face the grounded precision of the Nuggets. The Rockets, they're coming in hot, 26-12 on the season, with Jalen Green putting on a show against the Grizzlies, 42 points, shooting over 70%. That's not just basketball, that's artistry. They're grabbing boards, hitting threes, forcing turnovers. But here's the kicker, their offense thrives on isolation, ranking near the bottom in assists. It's a solo act, and that's a dangerous game against a team like Denver. Now the Nuggets, 23-15, coming off a statement win against Dallas. Westbrook, he's back to doing Westbrook things, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. And this team, they move the ball like a symphony, leading the league in assists. They're the second best shooting team in the NBA. But the defense, let's just say it leaves the door open. Why would anyone back Houston? Defense, the Rockets are third in the league in points allowed per game. They disrupt, they contest, and they force mistakes. If Denver's ball movement stumbles, the Rockets can pounce. But here's why Denver wins tonight. At home, they're untouchable. Ball Arena isn't just a venue, it's an advantage. The altitude saps your energy. And the Nuggets know how to exploit that. Add in their ball movement and offensive efficiency, and you've got a recipe for a win. Houston might make it flashy, but Denver makes it count. And today's AI pick is the Denver Nuggets moneyline. Let's be clear, this isn't about domination. It's about execution. Denver will dictate the pace, wear Houston down, and close it out when it matters. Jalen Green might steal the show, but the Nuggets will steal the win. This isn't a game, it's a calculated dance, and Denver is leading. So grab your popcorn, this one's going to be fun. And with that, on to Game 4.
The Heat against the Lakers. Crypto. Com Arena transforms tonight into a coliseum, and two teams will step onto the hardwood to settle unfinished business. Miami, who crushed the Lakers 134-93 in December, versus a Los Angeles squad hungry for revenge. The Heat come in battered but determined. A 6-game road trip has left its mark: 3 wins, 2 losses, and questions about their endurance. They shot a woeful 38.8% against the Clippers on Monday, and without Bam Adebayo, their defense collapsed. Tyler Herro. He fought like a warrior: 32 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, but even Herro's brilliance couldn't stop the bleeding. Without Bam, Miami's rebounding is a liability. They're 27th in offensive rebound percentage, and on the defensive boards, middling at best. And then we have the Lakers. A team reeling from 3 straight losses, their last game a disaster against the Spurs. They fell apart in the fourth quarter, outscored 37-13. Anthony Davis tried to carry them, dropping 30 points and grabbing 13 boards, but even his effort wasn't enough. Their defense is a mess: 24th in points allowed per game, 19th in opponent three-point percentage. They're not stopping anyone, and everyone knows it. Why would anyone back Miami tonight? Defense. 9th in the league in points allowed per 100 possessions. Even with their struggles, they know how to disrupt, contest, and grind games down to their pace. Tyler Herro is hot, and if Bam suits up, Miami has a chance to own the paint. But here's the truth: the Lakers need this. At home, they've got the size, the stars, and the advantage in the paint if Bam remains out. Anthony Davis will feast, and with LeBron orchestrating the offense, the Lakers have the firepower to overwhelm. They may be flawed, but tonight, desperation will drive them. And today's AI pick is the Los Angeles Lakers to win and cover. This is the Lakers' moment. They're standing on the edge, staring down a 3-game skid and a fanbase hungry for answers. They'll answer tonight. Miami will fight, but without Bam's presence, their defense will crumble under Davis' dominance. This is a night for the Lakers to reclaim their pride and send a message. So, savor the battle, friends. The crypto.com lights will burn bright, and when the dust settles, the Lakers will stand tall.
4 games, 4 predictions, let's break it down. Game 1. The Knicks walk into Philly, take what's theirs, and leave the Sixers in shambles. AI pick, New York to win and cover. Game 2. The Celtics are in control, but the Raptors will claw their way into the conversation. AI pick, Toronto to cover. Game 3. The Rockets bring their fire, but Denver holds all the cards at Ball Arena. AI pick, Nuggets money line. Game 4. The Lakers, cornered and hungry, make a statement against Miami. AI pick, Lakers to win and cover at 5.5. And now, a word for those listening. AI Sports Predictor doesn't just give you picks, it gives you an edge. Like, subscribe, and stick with us, or don't. But as the prophet Mick Jagger once said, can't you hear me knockin'? Because we're knocking, and this door only opens one way, toward victory. See you next time.